We went Saturday. Might just punch our ticket to the NCAA tournament, regardless of what happens in our conference tournament. That'll be big too. We ninth in our region, and top 8 make it. And the team that we played Wednesday,
I got that spot. I got that spot, man.
that's the hope, But our conference is one of the best in the nation in D2 because, like I said, top 8 go in the region, and our region consists of like 4 different schools. 4 different conferences, 3 or 4. Like 4 conferences, 8 schools make it. Our conference got probably 4 of the 8 that's gonna make it. Like Flagler, Augusta, Georgia College, and then either us and Aiken, who we just played last night, gonna be in that top 8, and they all in our conference. And I was like, dang, boy, surely fun around here. Being here like being in the West in the league.
I was gonna say like the ACC back in the day.
Yeah, you got to play Duke, then turn around, play North Carolina, then turn around, play Louisville.
Yep.
Never had no break.
You ain't got no breaks in the ACC, man.
Hey, boy.
The crazy part, all of them be ranked too. He'd be like Duke number 1, UNC number 5, Louisville number 8. Like, bro, what is this?
I'm saying our conference, Augusta in our region, Augusta number 1, Flagler number 3, Flagler number 2, Georgia College number 5, number 8, and then we was number 9. And after that 9 spot, because us and Aiken was like, because the vote, they got the voting right there. Us and Aiken was close in voting for 8 and 9. And then it was like, after us, it was like everybody else. Like nobody else got a chance. It's like y'all the ones, and then everybody else just like because of voting. So there's nobody else making it besides us and the other schools they had in that running. Like that top 9, all that matters. So it's pretty much over. And then we play Georgia College Saturday. That's why I say if we beat them Saturday, or when we beat them Saturday, we pretty much will have punched our ticket to the NCAA tournament. But I mean, of course, we still making this run a tournament, trying to win our conference tournament. But it'd just be nice to go ahead. Yeah, so we still want that ring, but at the same time, it'd be nice to know, regardless of what happened, we still can still go and dance. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm ready for that, boy.
It's gotta be fun, man.
I'm saying we're gonna be gone, no school for about a couple of days. Especially if we start winning, we get there, win a couple games, get on the road. We might be gone for a week, and they gonna hate me because I ain't doing no work, not nothing. They just gonna be mad at me. I'm gonna tell my teacher too, straight up. Like, yeah, you give me an extension on this, I'm going to the NCAA tournament. Well, can't you just do it in the hotel? I like to stay locked in, I promise you I'm in with something like that. I like to stay locked in, you feel me?
It's gonna mess up my shot. It's the rhythm. It's
you know what I'm saying? Play the game. The next day we're gonna have to shoot around and film, trying to get ready for the next game. Ain't really no time for all that, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But but be safe, my boy. I'm finish the conversation. But be safe, my boy.
Look at you, so crazy. Who you talking? Yeah. You don't have my homework done by midnight?
I'm gonna be failing by the time we get back in Columbus. But it's all good. When the season over, I'm gonna lock back in and make sure my grades is good, because I ain't gonna lie, I've been slacking in some areas. I mean, I ain't failing, I'm slacking.
You on that, bro?
So I'm trying to get right though. It's all good. But it's just that time. Like, man, I ain't got time for nothing else. I'm stacking that money. I ain't got time for nothing else.
I was gonna say something. I forgot that fast. Oh yeah. I remember what year was that? I think it's my second year, UAB. Yeah, I think it's my second year. Pretty much our class was like, when we made it to the tournament and we had a nice little run. That was the reason why we had it, because our class was playing. Like, so I remember it was my freshman year or my sophomore year. That was the year we made it to like the second or third round in the tournament. When I tell you, that jump was so live, bro. Like, I wish I could have went to the game, bro. Like, because it's UAB. We ain't no basketball school like that for you. So, like,
I remember that, though.
Yeah. So it's like the energy was different around the school, man. Like, it's totally different, bro. And then just that vibe of like, oh, we made a tournament. Oh, we won the first round. Oh, we won this. Oh, okay. Then I got to a point where it was like, oh, we could upset somebody. And it's like, no, we got kicked. We got kicked out so hard, bro. Like that next round, I think we played like the 8th or 9th seed, and it was like Iowa State. I think we upset them or they beat us. It's one of the two. And it was like, oh snap, we doing some damage. Next thing you know, man, get back out of here, bro.
Hey, back to reality.
Real quick, man. Like, but the thing, I think I ended up watching some of that game in the library, man. I remember just sitting down. I said I was gonna do work and watch the game. I ended up just watching the game, bro. Like, at first it was pretty balanced. I was back and forth, work, game. The game got kind of interesting out there. Like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing work. Okay, yeah. Then at some point, it was like, oh, snap. Okay. And I started watching for real, like really thinking the game. I'm like, oh, snap, we could win if we just did this. Then remember how I told you before, it's like always the little things that add up over time to separate from good to great and bad to good. Them little things start adding up real quick, man. Like, it'll be a 4-point game, then it'll be a 10-point game, and it'd be like 15, just like snowballed out of control, man. And like, it wasn't a bad game, just like so many little things added up over time, where it's just like you saw the difference. Like, it was an easy separator. Like, to the average fan, he'd be like, man, UAB ain't good, man. Like, hoops is like, it's actually not that bad of a game. It's just like they capitalize on
making too many mistakes.
Yeah, it's too many mistakes, and they just capitalize on it. It's just like, dang, bro, like that wasn't a bad shot. He just missed it, and they got a rebound and went up 3. So it's just too much of that stuff.
My coach tells us all the time, the good teams will make you pay for your mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, against bad teams, you can make mistakes because they're gonna make mistakes. But against good teams, they'll make you pay for your mistakes. You take a bad shot, they go down here bust a 3, they're gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Turn the ball over. If you have a bad turnover, they gonna go down here and score. Or if you down court and we miss and somebody don't get back on defense, they throwing that outlet. We're gonna be at a disadvantage. Like good teams make you pay for your mistakes. That's why they're good teams. Because every team makes mistakes. It's about who makes the least amount of mistakes and who capitalizes on the other team's mistakes the most or the best. So that's really what it comes down to. But
that game exposed it all too, bro. Because
they played
a team watching. Go ahead.
They played a team that wasn't gonna if they made a mistake, they were gonna capitalize on it right there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, so that's what makes those Cinderella runs so much more impressive, because it's like, I forgot what seed we were. I think we were like 14, 15 seed, somewhere down there. But like, when you see those teams make those runs to the Sweet 16, like Loyola, Chicago. Yeah.
Never forget it.
Like, when they made that run, now thinking about it, it's so much more impressive, because you don't get lucky winning 3 games in a row like that. Like, that's hard to do. One a game, you can get lucky. 2, maybe. 3, Once you hit Sweet 16, you're officially like a legit team, because you don't get lucky like that against that level of talent.
I promise you don't. Like, that ain't luck no more. That's skill and good basketball and good coaching. I talk a lot of that to good coaching, because Loyola, Chicago, let's just be real. Loyola Chicago ain't got nowhere near the 4-5 stars that a Duke or Kentucky or Kansas would have. So when they come in, they beat one of them blue bloods. I chalk a lot of that to coaching because they really ain't had the talent that them boys got. I mean, the starting lineups might be kind of even, but the bench ain't got they ain't got nowhere near the bench that the blue blood is supposed to have, technically, or on paper. So that's a lot of coaching, and that's a lot of determination by them players to come in and not shy away from the moment.
Yeah, I think we talked about this before, but coaching is so much more important on the college level than pro, because like a pro will make up for your mistakes. Like you can be a bad coach, and like Frank Vogel, I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but LeBron can make up for a lot of his coaching mistakes. And it's like, you got a bad substitution, okay, let me outsmart my way through this thing, or I'm gonna just LeBron my way through this thing and just be great. Like I saw some game, I don't know why in the world he did this, but he had LeBron, Horton Tucker, and Westbrook on the floor at the same time. I'm like, what kind of lineup is this? I don't even remember who the other two were, but that alone was just like, what are you doing? Like, first off, you need to stagger Westbrook and LeBron. It's basically the same player, just different height, almost. So why do you have them on the floor at the same time, period? If you're going to have them with Tucker, you got to at least have the other three be shooters. But you're going to have all three on the floor at the same time. It's like, it's just, I forgot what play it was. Yeah, you just asking for that. Like, and it's like, I saw a couple of plays and it's like, no spacing at all, bro. I'm just like, all three are drivers. Like, LeBron can shoot, capable shooter, but at the end of the day, he wants to drive and get to the goal. So it's like, how are you going to get any buckets with this lineup? Because everybody just got to, all you got to do is pack the paint at that point. Like, Westbrook, damn sure ain't going to shoot him. Tucker, not a shooter. He's trying to slash and get to the goal. So it's like, basically play 2-3 zone against them and you won. Like, I don't get what that was. So in college, you can't afford that because
promise you can't.
You mess up with something like that, we capitalizing. And we gonna capitalize on top of that capitalization and capitalize on the last one. And now we won by 20 off of that. Like,
boy, I can't tell you, boy, like how many times like one defensive change or we changed defenses one good time, jump out on the other team and make a run and change the whole flow of the game. That happened so many times for us. Like sometimes we'll jump into 1-3-1 and we'll come out of medium or a timeout and my coach say, hey, let's to throw them off, let's go 1-3-1 right here and see what they do. We'll get out the timeout. And he'll tell us before we get out, he'll be like, hey, don't show it till they bring the ball up and then get into it. So they don't have time to set their play or whatever. Like you don't want to be in 1-3-1 when they walking the ball on the floor and they see it and be like, oh, they in 1-3-1. So we kind of hang back like we in zone or waiting on our man. We kind of just hang back. And then when they get past our court, we're like, get in it. And then we all get in opposition and stuff. So now the point guard like, all right, what defense is this? What defense is this?
Yeah.
And then by the time that happens, it's been like a good 12 seconds. Now he's like, all right, they in 1-3-1. Coach, what you want to run? They in 1-3-1.
Yeah.
Now it's down to about 10 seconds again. Now it's down to about 10 total seconds. It's too late. So now that position pretty much dead as long as we just guard. So that's one stop. Then we come back and be like, all right, so we know they in, run this. And then we guard right, it don't work. Now it's like, all right, that's two stops. Now we're like, all right, well, that didn't work. Let's go this play. And if that don't work, now the other team like scrambling. The team gets zones, you only got maybe 2-3 plays.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of man play, but you only got about 2-3 zone plays. And if you talk through it and we guard it right now, it's like, all right, run it. We just like, hey, run it again. And then we like, they're running the same play.
Yeah.
So it take a minute for that to happen. And it'd be times we do stuff like that and jump out on them. And then we'll go what we call 1-3-1 hot, double team. That means just run and jump and out the 1-3-1 that when they in the corners, in the corners of by half court, the corners down low, we just try to trap them. Then we'll do that, force a turnover real quick, get some quick buckets. Next thing you know, they done went from being a tie game to down 8. Now they got to call timeout. Yeah. Coach got to settle his team down, tell them what to run, tell them what they in. And then we get in the timeout, be like, hey, good job. We'll go 1-3-1 again and see what they do. And then they score, they'll be like, all right, go back to amoeba. Those little stretches of teams not knowing how to react or knowing what to do. That's coaching. Coach like made a defensive adjustment to see if they could counter. They couldn't. We stayed in it, forced them to use one of their timeouts. Now we done went on the run, got the energy in the game, and now we up. But now we up. That changes the flow of the game. That run, and so that all of that is coaching. I feel like in the league, I feel like in the NBA when it comes to coaching, any kind of adjustments you make, I feel like the speed, the game's so long in the NBA that the flow of the game can change at any moment, literally. Like.
Yeah.
Especially with guys as good as they are and how hot they can get, like the flow of the game is never certain. Like you could be up 12 and a team go on a run, make a bunch of threes. It's like, we back even. Like in like 3-4 minutes, literally. So I feel like games, like the coaching just ain't as big until maybe playoff time where you have to make adjustments game by game. But like you said, the lineups and stuff is important. That's always going to be important on every level of basketball. The lineups you got in and rotations and who playing with who and who getting more minutes than who and stuff like that. That's all part of coaching. That's all important. But as far as actual coaching adjustments, the college game, they're way different. Like you need that. You need that. Like to be able to make. I just seen teams just say, I just seen college teams just say, hey, this is what we do, so we're gonna keep on doing it. They have games where that worked for them, and then they have games where the matchups just ain't right, and it don't. And they live and die with it. Like it's a team in our conference right now that got like a solid stretch 5 big that can do a little bit of everything. Or like I ain't gonna say a little bit of everything. He can shoot or he can post, let me say. And then they put 4 guards around them. And they kind of play 4 out, 1 in, and kind of just work out, just play. They don't really do nothing for them. They kind of just like playing off pure talent, like they hooping literally. If you make a shot, they get the ball out quick. They pushing it like, hey, you better get back on defense because we running. Real pickup style basketball, fast pace, and they're running to a team like us that's athletic. They can't really stay in front of us like that because they smaller. They playing guards. They too small. They too unathletic to stay in front of some of the guys we got. So we beating them at their own game, and they never change because this is what we do. And you can see it, like they'll be getting beat 15, 16. You just made a shot, made it 18. Take it out. They're pushing it like they do not care, like they hooping, and that's just what they do. They don't make no kind of adjustments. They might change defenses and stuff every now and then to try to slow us down, but that offense gonna be the same whether it's working or not. And so they're not very successful in this league right now, just so you know. But
that ain't hard to tell.
So I was saying, like, how long that coach gonna be there? You know, no offense to him, that's why he say no names. But yeah, it's whatever. I just look at him like, well, as long as we win the game, you know. But I'll be looking at him like, man, is it gonna be like this the whole time? We up 20. Like, y'all still running.
I think the coaching with college is like I think coaching in college you can dictate the flow of the game, and I think with the pros you have to be able to what's the word I'm looking for? Like just ride the wave of the flow. You know what I mean? So it's like be able to know how to. So I'm going now. It's like you have to know which way the river's flowing, and be able to like catch it, adjust with it, and go. So like if in college, right? Like you said, so let's go 1-3-1, see what happens. More likely you're gonna see what's happening. Like whatever happens is a good prediction of what's gonna happen. 1 or 2 things will happen. And then usually it works. And then if it don't work, okay, cool, you got this. But in college, you can dictate what's gonna happen. And pro is like, okay, let's go this. Oh, that didn't work at all. Shoot. Okay, let's sub him in. Oh, that was a terrible choice. Okay, let's go here. Honestly, I think pros is more like just throw it out there and really see. You have
you have to.
Yeah, I think certain stuff you have guaranteed lineups. Like you had a death lineup with the Warriors. You know every time that happen, you know some magic gonna happen. You know it. But you don't want to play that too much because the other team will just get comfortable. And then overdoing it, and it's like, okay, now you're giving film away to where it's like, let's study what they're doing, how they do this, how they do that, and you counter it. But in pros, it's like, okay, this player seems hot. I'm gonna ride this hand until it goes. Okay, let's throw this spark plug off the bench in and see what he does. Let's throw this guy in. Let's throw this guy in and see what happens. We need defensive shift. Let's throw Marcus Smart in. We need a bucket. Let's throw Jamal Crawford in. Like, you're really just hoping and wishing, seeing what works. You got an idea of what this player can provide, and you hoping that he comes in and gives what he can provide. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't work. But being able to adjust quick enough and, like I said, go with the flow of the river, what's happening is more of the pro game. In college, you really dictating what happens 9 times out of 10. Like,
yeah, you got to.
Yeah, because the talent is really dictating what happens. Like, talent is the river. The talent is what's going to go regardless. LeBron's going to be LeBron. KD's going to be KD. Steph going to be Steph. How you flow around that is the real key in pro ball. So, like, if you can't catch that flow and you try to dictate too much, that's where you can separate between college and pro. And I think that's what separates the greats. Like, they're able to adjust. And I forgot who. I just listened to something one time where there's like, a good coach knows how to like listen to his players and it's like, hey, go in and get such and such. Nah, coach, he's rocking. Let him do his thing. All right, cool, chill.
Yeah, my coaches do that. My coaches do that. Like, well, my head coach. Like, and that's one thing I love about him and our relationship. Like, I told my teammate Hunter this the other day. I said, we was talking about this other team who don't really like their coach. Like, it was known that they don't really like their coach. They don't really rock with him like that. But they do what he say and stuff like that. They coachable players, but they don't really like him. And you can kind of see it sometimes. Not like they be arguing, but they do his stuff reluctantly. See it, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I was telling them about we were talking about that, and I told him, I said, my thing is, like, with Coach Moore, like, Coach Moore get on my nerves a lot. Like, sometimes he can be annoying. He say the same thing a lot to me. He be getting like, Coach Moore get on my nerves. But at the end of the day, I'll run through a wall for Coach Moore. Like, every night out, like, because I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like he got my best interest at heart and he actually care about me. And he tell me that. So at the end of the day, I would run through a wall for this man. And I trust what he tell me, and I go out there and I do what he asks. And so that's kind of how our relationship is. And so I don't know if I ever told this story on here before. I'm pretty sure I told you before, but I don't know if we was on here. But anyway, we was playing a school called what was that HBCU called? It was in South Carolina. It was orange and black. Goodness, I can't remember right now. We played an HBCU. It was an orange and black team, or orange and white and black.
Help you there, bro. I don't know. Nobody knows.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll look at it later. It's good. Anyway, we was playing them on the road, and I feel like I'm killing them. Like, a couple buckets in a row, they big, can't really stop me. And we not playing good defense. That was the thing. We wasn't playing good defense, and I was blocking shots, but at the same, we were not guarding. That was kind of how I was blocking the shots. Like, we as a team were not guarding. I was like, I was stopping guys at the rim, but I can't stop them every time. They get into the rim too much, or guys pulling up for middies over the top in our guys, and they getting buckets. Coach took me out, right? And took me out. Yeah. As I'm walking to the bench, taking me out for? Like, we already not guarding, and you taking me out. And he said, I'm trying to give you a break. I said, I'm saying you trying to give me a break. We not playing no defense. Like, and I'm our best defender. And he said, well, go back then. And as soon as your A-word ain't doing something, you're going to come right back over here and sit with me, and you're going to hear my mouth. I said, thank you. And I walked to the table. I came out, but I went right back in. He didn't mind listening to me. And I went back in. I kid you not, Brian. I went back in. I got a dunk 2 plays later, and I was still blocking shots. Like, saying that for no reason. I'm just on my own stuff. Like, hey man, keep me in the game. I want to play. I was like, man, we not playing no defense. I am my best defender. So why would you take me out? Like, I understood what he was saying too, because he was trying to give me a break. But I'm like, I'm good. I don't need no break, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be down when I come back in the game. You know what I'm saying? So we had that little interaction. I had like, I want to say I had 14 points, like 14-10. No, I had 14-9. Like 5 blocks. A good game for me. Next day at school, I see him next day on campus. He was like, man, that was so funny. Me and you were arguing on the bench when you wanted to go back in the game. I was like, yeah, it was, coach. We wouldn't play no defense. He said, no, you were right. He said, I wasn't mad at you because we both just want to win. If I didn't believe what you were saying, I would not put you in, but you were making sense, so I let you go. That is the difference because he was willing to listen to me as his player, and not only just because I play for him, but he know I would not say that for no reason. Like, I'm making sense. Like, I wasn't like, man, don't take me out. I wasn't just saying don't take me out just because don't take me out or just because I want to play. I'm like, look, we're not playing defense. I'm my best defender. I'm blocking shots, which means that these boys are getting to the rim. That's the thing about being a shot blocker. Like, it's good that I'm doing that, obviously, but if I'm blocking shots consistently, that means somebody not guarding. They get to the rim every other play. I'm like, we already not guarding. We not playing no defense. Like, leave me in. Like, it's okay. I'll be good. Trying to get out, and then next thing I know, they getting a bunch of layups. You seen that happen when I used to be at Bevel. I used to come out the game and dudes was getting layups. That happens here, but this was just one game. I felt like if I came out, it's gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, man. As a coach, he was willing to listen to me as his player and know that I wasn't just telling him some BS just to play in the game. He let me rock out, and I ended up having a big game for us, or a big game that night, and we won the game. So who knows if I would have sat for that stretch that he tried to have me out? Who knows how the game could have changed? We might would have lost that game. It would have been his fault, but it would have been. It's just nice to know that he was willing to listen to me. And then there's been other instances of the guys on our team being like, he said, "Hey, go get so and so," and they'll be at the table, and then whoever they went to get was 2 threes. They'll come back like, "Hey, he just hit 2. You want to stay? You want to let him stay, or let him rock out?" First off, that's good teammates and unselfish of them to say, "Hey, my guy hooping, like let him rock out until he missed." And then that's good coaching on his part to be like, yeah, you're right, he hit. Like let's see if he keep it going. He might be the spark for us. So like them just two different scenarios, man. The coaching has been so important to me, and I consider myself a coachable player. Like I'm good. Like whatever, even if I don't agree with his decision, I might voice my opinion on it if I feel like it might not be right, or if I have like I'm comfortable enough with him as my coach and as his player to voice my opinion about certain things. Because he considers me a leader for this team, and he's willing to listen to me. I've earned that respect with him. So I just feel like Coach Moore and our other coaches, Coach Butler and Coach Ivy or Coach Carl, like we I have a great relationship with the three of them, and they know as my coaches they can say anything to me, and sometimes they might say things. Coaches say things that I don't want to hear. Sometimes they might say it in a way that you might not like. I'm trying to give y'all the PG version, but sometimes coaches talk to you in a way that you might not fool with. This ain't how I don't let nobody else talk to me but my coach like this, or maybe like my daddy. But you have to be willing to take what they say, get the information out of it, and not take how they said it. And you have to take what they're trying to tell you. That's how I approach it. And, sometimes, we butt heads sometimes. I ain't gonna act like it's all just, peaches and cream, everything they say. I'm like, all right, coach, I got you. And then I run out there and do it. Like, sometimes we butt heads, but at the end of the day, they know I would do anything for them. And I know that they have my best interest at heart. And that's where the relationship comes in at. And so I consider all three of them great coaches, like all of them. Like, and one day, my assistant coaching their own team, and my future son, hopefully, they offer him, because I'll be able to tell him like, hey, this is a good dude. He gonna do right by you. Hopefully they look out for us. Yeah. Slide my boy the full ride, but I'm just playing. Like, he gonna be ready anyway when he get my son. But they gonna be recruiting my kids one day, because I know they gonna take care of them, and they know that my son ain't gonna be coachable, because I was. That's just it, man. It's that important.
Like, I was coaching with the travel ball team, like, as with me being still close to the player, like I still hoop a little bit, and it's like part of me sees like the flexibility and like, hey Nelson, go get such and such. All right, cool. But then such and such start rocking out, and I'm like, oh, you cooking. But me still working with players so young and they ain't got the hoop, feel yet, it's tough to be like, hey, come back, sit on the bench. And it's like, I was at the age where it's like, you got to politics stuff and you got to appease parents because it ain't school ball where I can sit you and that's what I say. It's travel ball where I'm paying money to be on this team. So, like, you got to balance minutes. You got to juggle minutes and stuff. And it's like, man, it's tough because it's like, this group is running and they are doing so well. And I got, hey, coach, when can I get in? Hey, coach, when can I get in? Can I get in now? Can I get in now? I'm just like, bro, do you not see this beautiful basketball we're watching?
That's the thing. They don't care. They do not care.
Man, and it's like, if I could just like duct tape their mouth and be like, do you see this? We were tied 18 up. We are up 30-18. Why do you need to get in? I can help. Help if they stop working. Like, once they stop working, then we can do. If she's tired,
evidently they don't need no help.
She ain't tired. If she ain't hurt, and if we ain't stop doing what we doing, I'm not like I'm going with the flow right now. I'm just going with the flow. Like I said with coaching, whatever flow is happening, I'm just sitting here observing. Like, oh, that's a good game. Oh, that's a good move. Hey, keep doing it. Whatever y'all doing, keep doing. All right, cool. I'm not messing that up, bro. But they don't understand. They don't have the mindset yet to understand, and that's tough in that position. And I feel for some coaches, especially at some levels where you got mama in the ear after the game. Why am my son doing this? Why am my son doing that? And it's like frustrating, bro. So that's one thing that that's why I'm not the biggest fan of coaching. Training, I can just train, bro. Like, ain't no minute restrictions, ain't no appeasing parents who's like, why my baby ain't
no
doing
politics.
This? Ain't no politics as far as that goes. I'm just like, bro, we training. If he not performing, she not performing, then pay for some more sessions.
You got to come back.
That's all I can say.
Man, it's this funny because literally, was that Monday? I think it was Monday. Yeah. It's funny that we having this conversation right now because story time. Monday I was in the rec, right? In our rec up here on campus. I'm watching people hoop. Sometimes I just go there and I just watch them hoop like from the window because it's like a window to look down on the court. The court's downstairs. Sometimes I just be watching them hoop, and if I have something to do or maybe I don't feel like leaving campus yet, might have to come back. This is how I waste time. So I'm watching them hoop. I realize they finna start doing the intramural. Like they little intramural teams, like everybody, pick it, like just put teams together and play.
D4 division. Represent for the D4 division.
Yeah, man, come on. So they finna get ready to do intramurals. I see them putting on the little penny jerseys and stuff on. My homeboy Drew is finna play. I know he run track. Me and him cool. So I was like, oh, Drew finna play. All right, bet. Like I knew he was playing, but I ain't never seen him hoop. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna actually watch him hoop since I got time. I'm gonna go down here. So I get down there, they start playing. Drew hooping, first off. Did not know he was like that. He told me he could hoop. But a lot of folks that said that to me. So, I gotta see it to believe it at this point in my life. Drew hooping. I'm talking about he got a burner on him. And like he getting he his team's best player easily. His teammates, they all, decent, like regular rec hoopers. But he's standing out. He good. And the other team, a bunch of football players playing stupid hard, stupid physical, like running, but none of them very skilled, none of that. But they hooping. They get the halftime score is tied, right? I'm rooting for Drew. I'm rooting for my boy. I'm just kind of chilling though. Halftime score is tied. So they came down. So now I'm over there by their bench, just standing there where their bench is. And because I was talking to the folks running the clock and stuff. And they sat down. I said, hey man, why y'all said Drew more screen? Like he got it going. Like sell him a screen. Don't let him just work out and stuff like that. They was like, yeah, man, we're trying to tell him. And one dude was like, yeah, somebody else, they big or the big dude on their team, I guess I say. He was like, yeah, man, somebody else set screens. Like, I'm getting tired of just setting screens and stuff like that, bro. Like, that joint hurt my body at a certain point. And I was like, yeah, man, I said, okay, if you don't want to set a screen, one of y'all can set screens and just pop out for the three if they both go with Drew, because they kind of like playing the Drew right now. It's like, yeah. I said, do y'all need help? Like, I can help y'all out if you want me to. Like, I ain't got no problem doing that. It's like, yeah, bro, just kind of tell us what to do, bro. We good. Like, what you see? Like, let's do it. I'm locked in now. It was like, what you see? I'm like, all right, bet, let's do it. I start coaching them up. I was like, y'all want me to coach y'all for real? Because like, if y'all want me to, I will. Like, I ain't got no problem. It's like, yeah, bro, come on, we good. Let's do it. I bet. So it's only, it's only 6 of them. So one dude on the bench. I don't know, but none but like 3 people on the team. I only know 3 of the 6 people. But I'm just observing them hoops, so I kind of got a feel for what almost everybody can do. And so I'm like, all right, cool. Like, all right, so we go out here, we're gonna start doing this. Y'all start doing this and this and this. And from now on, y'all pack the paint in. These football players cannot shoot. Like, they all like kind of just throwing the ball at the rim. Like, they cannot shoot like that. So pack it in, contest the shot, but don't leave the paint till your man touch the ball. Literally. Your man touch the ball, do not leave the paint. And don't be trying to like fade out to nobody. Like, make them hit jumpers. They're like, all right, cool. We get out of halftime. One of the football players get a little hot. He hit like 2 threes. I'm like, hey, that's good. We good. Just be solid. Everybody else stay packed in. And then on offense, like they feel for the game a little bad. They ain't really got the spacing and stuff down. So I told them, I said, hey, look. When y'all on the break, I said, anytime y'all go on a fast break, make sure, I said, y'all two, make sure if y'all got everybody running, somebody need to be running corner. So he got a kick out for a 3, and he got space for the layup. And so if all y'all run to the rim, it's gonna be too congested because that's what they were doing. Everybody just running to the rim. It's like, make sure have somebody running to the corners so he got kick outs. Whoever got the ball can kick it out, and then one of y'all run to the rim. So it's spacing. And, all right, cool. But here's the kicker. Dude that was on the bench, right? The 6th man. I said, come here, bro. Come here. I'm all around like a real coach. I said, I don't know nobody like that. I said, hey, shoot. Like, can you hit a good 3? Can you shoot threes pretty decent? So yeah, bro, I can shoot. I said, all right, bet. I want you to go get him. And when you're on the break, make sure you run to the corners. And when Drew drive, be ready to shoot. Don't be worried about trying to get layups. Try to be open for this 3 because they kind of packing it in on Drew. So be ready to shoot. But, all right, cool. Send Burr into the game. Kid you not, Brian. He did exactly what I told him to do. That, like, Drew had the ball on a break. He ran to the wing. Drew kicked it back to him. But he put up for the 3. Bad air ball, like not on some like he just kind of shot it short. I'm talking about this jump went close to the rim. I was like, and his shot was so ugly. I was like, yeah, he cannot shoot. So this man just lied to my face, basically. And I hate that I ain't know that beforehand because if I did, I would have never told him that. But I don't know him. He did air ball so bad. I was like, oh my God, this boy just lied to me. And then he shot another one in the corner. He airballed that one too. I said, go get him, bro. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. And then the dude I was gonna send him in for, he was like, no, let him stay, bro. He playing good defense. Like, he's been playing the best defense all night. And I was like, I mean, yeah, but we're not gonna win the game on defense. These boys not scoring like that either way. We do need some buckets. Drew the only one getting buckets. If it wasn't Drew, it was another guard who could get to the rim and finish pretty good. And then the biggest player on their team, he might clean some up off the glass. That was all our points. I'm like, bro, we need some points. Like, we need scoring. I can't afford for him to be out there airballing. Literally nothing we could do about that. But anyway, no, bro, just let Buddy rock out. I was like, okay. I said, go get him then. Send him in for another dude. Kid you not, bro. We got down to the last 30 seconds of the game, last 20-some seconds. We was down 2. I told him to foul. Foul, buddy. The line is 1-1. I told him, I said, hey, we get the ball. He missed the free throw. I'm out, and I'm going to give y'all a play. Like one of our plays that we run. I told him, I'm going to give y'all one of our plays. They know I play for the team. I said, we get this last possession. I'm going to give y'all one of our plays. Y'all just we going to see what we get. It's like, cool. Buddy shoot the 1-and-1, miss. we don't get the rebound. They got an offensive rebound. I said, foul again. We fouled again, but it went to the line for that time, made both of them. We was down 4. Came back on offense. Call timeout. I want Drew to stand at the half court. I want you to come up from the free throw line, screen for Drew so he can come down, loop, throw Drew the ball on the loop so he can go take it back on court with his right hand. You standing, I want you to dribble down to the corner so he can kick it to you if you need to. Drew get down here, get a bucket. Drew tried to run it, man. Football players double teamed him. Doubled him. I was like, it's over with.
Him.
They knew. Yeah, it's over with. I said, I'm sorry, y'all. I told him, though, as a coach, I felt bad. I'm sorry, y'all, boy. This was on me. I felt like my coach, because he know when he made bad decisions or feel like he made the wrong decision at any point in time, he'd be like, hey, y'all, this went on me. I should not have did this. I should not have had this happen. I should not put so-and-so in the game. I'm like, hey, y'all, that's on me, bro. Like, my fault, y'all. I should not have Buddy in this position. I ain't know y'all like that. Like, if I knew more about y'all games, I could have helped y'all out a little bit more. I'm like, no, bro, you good, bro. You really a good coach, bro. You good. Like, we got another game Wednesday. You gonna be here Wednesday? I was like, here Wednesday, bro. But in reality, I had a game. I said, dang, bro, I would, but we got a game. But the next time, let me know, bro. I promise you I'll come back. I'll be ready for y'all this time. Because I know what everybody can do. I see what y'all getting. I'll let y'all know then, for real. They're like, yeah, bro, come back, bro, because we might need you for real. I'm like, cool, got y'all. And then the guy running the program, he was like, you would have been doing this the whole time we had intramurals. All these guys in here would be at y'all games. I was like, really? He said, yeah, they type of guys, like, they're not just going to come to sports school, even though they go here. They're not just going to go to the game to sports school because they don't know nobody. But if you have been doing this the whole year, I'm going to go to the game support my boy Nelson. That's the kind of guys they are, man. He said, but it's all right because you got another year. You come back next year, and then now they know you. Get all your games next year. You packed out with guys from this team, from these teams. I'm like, you probably right, bro. So I feel good. I did something good. I feel like in a way they felt like part of our team. They knew I was on the team, and I took the time out to like actually coach them and help them. They felt like they was like D4. They felt like they was part of D2 for once. They like, oh man, we got a coach. He actually telling us what to do, and they making them feel like real basketball players and stuff like that. And made me feel like a real coach. So it was a vice versa thing. We both was vibing. I had a good time. Like, it was one of my first coaching experiences of actually coaching a game. And like, granted, it wasn't like a serious game, but like there was referees, there was a book, there was fouls kept, free throws, all that. And I had to really plan things. And I had timeouts that I could have used. In hindsight, I wish I would have used one and pulled Buddy, but dude told me no. I was like, okay. And there was a point I didn't take Buddy out because he had just came in the game. Like you said, they pay to be here. I ain't really got the authority to be like, all right, nah, come on back and then sit out the rest of the game. I didn't want to do that neither. But it was just a fun little experience, man. I appreciated them for fooling with me enough to listen. They actually listened. They ain't had to listen to nothing I told them. They could have been like, nah, bro, like, I'm not doing that. Or they could just be like, man, whatever, and just kept on doing what they wanted to do. And even when I make subs, like I was like, hey, bro, go get him. And Buddy would come out the game. And I don't know if you ever dealt with some dudes that don't really want to come out in a league that they pay for, but that don't always end with. Like, no, bro, I just came out. I promise you. Dudes hit you with that, man. No, I ain't coming out, bro. I just came out. Get him, bro. He ain't been out yet.
Real.
They very easily could have been like, man, get Drew. Drew ain't never been out. I was going to politely tell them, if you want me to take Drew out, you come over here and coach. You make Drew come out. Because I'm going to quit before I take him out. That boy, we take Drew out, we're going to be down 20 when he comes back. Like, I'll tell you, but you ever seen that RDC World video where it was like, when your best player asks you to come out the game? RDC World got a video. Maybe I'm trying to send it to you later. They got a video like when your best player asked you to come out. He was supposed to be the coach. He said, coach, give me for a second. He said, Give me for a second, coach. He said, get you what? Get you what? You need some water? You get you some water? Like, what you need, bro? I said, no, coach, get me out. I need a break. I said, man, you our best player, boy. You better go out there and hoop. What you mean get you out, man? You don't need no break, bro. You better go out there and hoop. I said, Cole, I'm tired, man. I've been in the whole game. He said, man, you think it's a reason you've been in the whole game, man? He said, you come out, man. As soon as you take your foot off the court, just like that, we down by 20. He said, as soon as you come out, just like that, we down by 20. Bro, you better go out there and hoop, man. I call timeout for you. Don't worry, I call timeout. That was me. I was like, boy, if you want Drew to come out this game, go on, hey, take my job. You can have it. And I know Drew's such a nice dude, he probably would have sat. I'm like, Drew, if you don't tell these boys you ain't coming out, we finna get smacked as soon as you walk off the floor, bro. We ain't gonna have no scoring. I'm trying to tell you, bro, like, it was that crazy. But I had fun doing it, man. It was a good little experience. Hopefully I had time to do it again for the boys and, like, actually, you know, make the right adjustments, give them a little something. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we'll see. All of that, like, it showed me, and then that's crazy because it showed me how important coaching is really. Like, it was adjustments I could have made, really could have helped that game, could have saved the game. And yeah, did they not get the offensive rebound? Yeah. That's on them as the players. But at the same time, it's like, I could have had different guys in, could have told some certain dudes to be in certain places, we would have been in that position. So I thought about all that after I left. And so it's real cool though. I might one day get into the coaching scene, but for right now I'm trying to be coached for as long as I can.
Like, as much as I don't say I don't want to do it, but as much as I talk about the difficulties of it, you know, it's really enjoyable, man. Like, when it's really built up on the kids. Like, if the kids have a good attitude, bro, then it's everything. They ain't really got to be all that good. It's really about the attitude, you know, because like you said before, if I'm complaining about coming out the game in minutes and stuff, then it's just like, oh, bro, I gotta deal with that, and I gotta deal with basketball. It's like, man, I ain't trying to do all that stuff, man. So it's really depending on who you got, like the group of kids you got or players you got. So it's like, that makes everything, man. And like when you said about the adjustments of coaching, like that's something that I had to learn really quick, because sometimes in my eye, I see I'm a little too optimistic with the coaching stuff sometimes. And it's like, man, I see what it can work if we just make this adjustment right there, and I hope they can figure it out. And it's like, no, we ain't got time for them to figure out, bro. Like, I'm still in training mode. Like, man, let them kind of figure it out. Let them play and figure it out. But in coaching, it's like, no, figure it out. I'm not Phil Jackson running a triangle with Jordan and Pip. Like, nah, bro. Like, I'm running whatever I can make up real quick with girls who only hooping for like a year or two. So it's like, make this adjustment, bro. Come on, hurry real quick. And it's like, that's one thing I struggle with, is making quick enough adjustments to where I start out in 2-3, but you see it's not working. Like, man, I see where it can work though. Like, if they just do this one thing right there, it can work. But 4 plays later, it still ain't working. All right, B, what's next? What's the next move? Are you gonna sub, or are you gonna change the play call? What's up? So that's one thing I dealt with my little coaching. But one thing I will say too is, like, when the end of the game is over, I know for a lot of times with me, I get frustrated with stuff, but I don't get mad at the players. Like, I don't think I really got frustrated with the players with is if they weren't hustling. Like, I tell all my players, anytime I coach, I got 3 rules, man. We're gonna play hard, we're gonna play smart, and we're gonna play together. If we do them 3 things, I'm guaranteeing we're gonna win, we're gonna close to winning. Anything less than that, I don't see us winning. So play hard, play all you got. Like, you gonna dive loose balls, run the floor, hustle, all that stuff. Play smart means high IQ plays. We ain't taking no dumb shots, all that stuff. Play together mean we ain't being selfish. If somebody rolling, let them cook. If somebody open, pass them the ball. With them 3 things, bro, I don't see how you lose with that. Right. Really. If you consistently pull all 3 of those together, you win in good games. Or at least you're going to be in good games. It don't matter the talent spread. Like, if you play within what you got, playing smart, playing hard, playing together, there's a good chance you can upset any team that steps on the floor with you. So, There's a couple times at the end of games where my mind still fixated on them 2 plays we had in the second quarter, them 3 plays we had in the third quarter, and that 1 play we had early in the fourth quarter. But y'all stuck on these free throws and that last turnover we had. I'm like, bro, I didn't see them 10 points we missed early in the game. Either we gave up them 2 points and the other 7 we didn't score on. I'm still thinking about that, but y'all focus on these last 2. So that's one thing with coaching that really got me, because like when I watch games and when I hoop, we all fixate on like what happened most recently. Oh man, they missed some free throws, man. It was 1-1, man. He missed 1 free throw. We could have had the other one. We would have been straight. But I done see all the missed free throws we had early in the game, all the easy missed layups we had. I see all that stuff culminating together as a coach. And it's like, as a player, you ain't thinking about that. You in the moment of what the last play was. You probably reading what this specific play you guard been doing. It's like you guard a big, you see what post moves he like to hit. So, he like if he takes 2 dribbles, he gonna spin left. If he take 3, he gonna try to go middle. Little stuff like that you pick up during the game. But like as far as like the overall scheme of what's been happening, like the overall narrative of what's been happening, it's different with coaching, bro. Like I see all the stuff together. And sometimes the parents be mad about the refs play call. Like I don't get mad at refs, bro. Like you can't blame us on the refs. I don't care what happened. You can't blame none of this on the refs. I really could care less about anything that happens, bro. Like I guarantee there was one game where the refs was terrible. Still wasn't mad at them. Because we missed so many layups and free throws that if we took care of that, the rest would have been a non-factor. I was mad about the free throws and missed layups or the bad defense. And it's like, once I got my players to realize that, bro, they ain't say nothing after that. I said some parents were mad too. And I brought that, I ain't calling names out, but I was like, yeah, we missed out on 20 points right there. And we lost by how many? 7? Oh, yeah. Just change his focus here.
Man, I'll never forget my senior year, man. We played in a classic in Mississippi. We were the only team from Alabama in the classic. And so we felt like the referees was against us. In both games, we played 2 games. We felt like the referees was against us in both games we played. But in one game, I'm sorry. We had a lot of turnovers. I remember the exact number. We had a lot of turnovers. We also still felt like the referees was against us. We ended up losing the game by 3, 4. Our coach battling with the referees every couple minutes, like he like yelling at them. He on their head, like, man, bro, like, man, y'all gonna do this to these kids, this and this and this. Like he's saying all types of things, like, cause it was bad. Like it was actually pretty bad. So the game was over. We had lost. In the locker room, getting finna get dressed, waiting on him to come yell at us after the post game. Swear he walked in the locker room. He walked in. He said, "Raise your hand in here if you had a turnover." Everybody that was in the game raised their hand. He said, "There go your game. Put your clothes on. Let's go." There go your game. There is your game. We lost by like 4. He said, "Raise your hand in this room if you had a turnover tonight." 15 hands go up. Put your clothes on. Go on. Let's go on. Ooh. I remember sitting there like, dang.
I'm telling you, man, it's different when you coach.
Different, bro. He think we mad about the referees and stuff. And he was too for a certain extent. He got to fight for us because we his team. Yeah. But in the back of his mind, he know like, dang, if we start turning the ball over, we might be winning. But man, that was one of my wake-up calls in basketball. Like, dang, yeah, the referees is on our case, but we still could have won. We could have won despite all that if we just played the way we know know how to play. But it's one of those things. And my last story for the day. This is my last one. My last story for the day. My assistant coach, Coach Carl, was tasked with coaching our girls team because their coach had COVID. So he had COVID, and due to COVID protocols, several of their girls' team had to quarantine. So they all sat for that game, didn't play, didn't even travel. This is on the road also. They were on the road playing a school called North Georgia Girls was like number 10 in the nation. So they're needless to say, they was behind the 8 ball a little bit. They got a different coach with not all their players, missing 3 starters. 3 of their 5 starters. I think it was 3 of their 5. Or at the time, it was 3 of their 5. Their line was kind of different now, so I don't really remember. But Carl coached them up. He had them for the whole week to prepare for the game, or like 3-4 days to prepare for the game. Got a good scout going. Their assistant coach helping them. You know, they get ready. So come to the game. We watching the first half like we always do. Like, I'm behind my dog. Like, yeah, he behind the 8 ball, but I believe in his coaching ability. He trains me. I know he know basketball. I know what he can do. I'm with my guy. I'm finna watch him rock out, finna cheer him on. You know, I cheer for the girls anyway, but now like I have added energy. I'm like, let's do it, Carl. Yeah, I'm cheering for Carl today. Stay out there. I can see that our girls great game plan. I can see that they're prepared for the game. They know they kind of know their plays, know who can do what. They kind of in the right spot. Thing was like obviously North Georgia's still a good team. They hitting threes and just like that. They're a good 3-point shooting team. They got a great beat. So they kind of spraying them a little bit. And a lot of plays that they scored on was off our miscues, like, oh man, this person didn't switch with this person, or this person didn't get over the screen, this person didn't have a hand on the closeout, they shot over the top, things like that. Miscues like that. But they prepared for the game out the gate. So half get ready to end. Our girls' team's main problems is the free throw shooting team. Like terrible at free throws. The whole team. And that's cost them a lot of games. And they shot many free throws in the first half, missed a lot of them. And I threw out a stat for the team while we were sitting there watching, as the second half was getting close to ending. I said, do y'all realize right now at this point in the game, we've missed more free throws than the other team has missed threes? And it ain't for lack of trying to shoot threes. They've got multiple threes. There's more free throws than they have threes. And the other guys on the team looked around like, you about right. That's crazy. I said, that's not winning basketball. That's not winning basketball. Like, they're good teams like that. They beating themselves. And Carl going to bat for him. Like, he yelling at the ref. He getting on the real case about certain things. Like, he going to bat for him. But at the end of the day, he's not making the free throws when they call the fouls. And North Georgia naturally started increasing the lead. And by halftime, it was now about 20. And Carl was walking to the locker room. I'm walking to the locker room. We passed by each other. He said, Nelson, if I had a full team, man, I could win this game. Like, we could win. But these girls, man, I ain't got enough. I was like, I know, Carl. They prepared. Like, you did your thing. Like, I'm telling you, like, you prepared them best you could. And that's all you can really ask for as a coach, to prepare your players to the best of your ability for the game and hope that they execute. That's really all you can do as a coach, and then get in the game and make adjustments as they come. That's all you can do as a coach. Players got to go out there and play at the end of the day. Players got to hit shots, make free throws, make layups. They got to do all that, not turn the ball over. He had them prepared, and I told him that. At the end of the game, they lost by 30. 12 of 31 from the free throw line. Yeah, that's 19 points. So even if they made them 19, they still lose by 20. But the thing about it was, make those free throws in the flow of the game, and there's different energy. You go from being down 4 the line and miss 2 free throws, they go down here bust 3, now you're down 7. You down here don't score, they go up 9. You go down here get fouled again. Front end of a 1-and-1, don't even get the second free throw. They go down here bust a 3, you down 12. Instead of being down 7, if you make both on you down 12. The flow of the game is just completely different because of these miscues and these missed free throws. And so I told him, I said, man, you did the best you could. You had those girls prepared. You should be proud. You be proud of yourself. Like, you did all you could do. Like, if you can't go out there, he did everything short of going out there making the free throws for him. part of coaching. That's like, you can't control all of it. You just prepare them and put them out there into the world like parents. Like my mom, I go out here and steal and sell drugs right now. I go to jail. It ain't my mama's fault. She can do, but my mom and dad prepared me. They taught me better. I go out here and I don't do it. Ain't nothing they can do. But it is. That's how coaching is. Like, man, I prepared them. I gave them a scout. I told them who could do what and what they like to do. I gave them the plays that they run, how we gonna guard it. If they go out here and do it, that's on them. I mean, I can tell them in the middle of the game, like, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. But all I can do at the end of the day as a coach. And so that's my last little story, man. I got a couple good stories on coaches. I've played for about 7. So I got a couple good stories on coaching. But anything else you want to throw out there?
Let me think, man. Like, how you just said you prepare them and just get them out there. That's very similar to training. Like training and coaching ain't too far off. Like, I can't even lie. Like, I still can't. I think about it from time to time. Like, what is the distinct difference between training and coaching? At one point I had it, but I lost it. So I'm gonna have to like write it down next time I think of it. But that's exactly like training, bro. Like, it's only so much I can do. Like, honestly, sometimes with these kids, it's like you only get them for a certain amount of time for real, because a lot of the people I'm training, they playing 2-3 other sports, or they playing one sport and they got some activity they're part of, like they might be in band or something else going on. They got other stuff going on besides just basketball. I got one girl who she plays volleyball and basketball. That's all she does. And so for the most part, I got her. But even with just basketball, as soon as basketball season over, you got travel basketball picking right behind it. So I got to fight between practice and school ball, then travel ball practice and games. Then as soon as that's done, volleyball. Or I got to deal with softball, or I got to deal with track, or I got to deal with this. And so it's hard to consistently do it. But at the same time, I still have to figure out how to prepare them as best as possible, and then the rest be out of my hands. So it's like, now I'm trying to, man, it's always been my ideal situation, but train them for 2 things, to where, one, they can train themselves enough, and B, train them to a point to where they can adapt and change quick enough. Because a lot of times with training, it's too robotic and it's too like, well, B told me to do this, but this ain't happening. So what I do now? And I'm stuck. Like, nah, bro. Like, I want to train hoopers. I want to train some robots to go out there and just do what I say do with the coach. They like, nah, who? Like, this crossover and work. I tried a double crossover. Hit the Tim Hardaway. Hit the AI crossover. Be fluid enough to adapt and change to the game rather than just like go by what I said. So I'm learning how to do that more efficiently and more effectively, to where during the session, it's just like, hey, that's what we're doing. I figure it out. I know someone plays guitar, like, just figure it out. Man, what I do here? I don't know. What about this? I don't know. You tell me. Someone get a little annoyed with it, and sometimes I turn up a little bit on defense, and it's just like, nah, this ain't finna work. And this ain't finna work. Now what? It's frustrating. Or they mess up a lot. I'm like, yeah, I love it. Good job. Like, man, play before I didn't mess up. Figure it out. You know what I mean? It's like, sometimes they need that, because a lot of times we especially when we was growing up, we had to be perfect. Trainers and coaches let me, oh, don't mess up. You mess up, you got 10 punches. You mess up, you running. I'm like, nah, bro, you finna mess up. If you don't mess up, I'm disappointed. That means you're going too easy. So I'm finna intensify whatever we doing until you mess up. If you don't mess up enough, that means A, you ain't going hard enough, or I ain't making it hard enough for you. It depends on what we're working on. But for the most part, that's what I do. But preparing them to where when they get to that game, they're prepared. I can't do nothing with you till we get back to the training session. Or I hit you up after the game. We'll talk a little bit, make a little adjustments, and just figure out certain things. But there's only so much you can do as a coach and as a trainer. It's like, I can give you little nuggets and this little stuff here and there, but I be itching sometimes to get back to a training session with some of them. I'm just like, bro, when I finally see what clicks and what we can work on. So now it's like, man, what can we train next? Because I just see what we can grow and develop. And sometimes it's frustrating because it's like, dang, we worked on all this stuff, but I don't even get a chance to use it in the game. Because I got one girl, she is a post, quote unquote, but she does play wing sometimes. And it's like some games she is forced to play post, but we worked on all this wing stuff sometimes. And like she don't get to do none of that. And she strictly had to do this thing. And it's like, man, if I known this, we would have trained a little bit better for the post. And it's like, it's a little frustrating sometimes, but it's just me as a trainer having to adjust and go with the flow of it. You know, like I told you before with coaching, it's like at some like college coaching, you create the flow, and then pros, you go with the flow. Me as a trainer, I have to go with the flow, whatever this coach says. So it's a little frustrating sometimes, but overall, man, just going with the flow is like the best part of coaching and training on every level. Because sometimes you'll see certain things and it's like, oh, let's keep doing this. Sometimes you just throw some on the wall, hope it's there. Hey, we ain't never practiced no 2-3 zone, or we ain't never practiced with 3-2 or 1-3-1. Draw it on the board real quick, see if it can work. If it do, cool. If it don't, hey, I ain't expect it to work in it. We ain't practice for it. We'll just throw it out there and see. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, but you got to be able to adapt and go with the flow of it. And I think that's probably, we talked about this a little bit before, but I think that's one of the most important things of coaching. Because if this ain't working, what's next? If it is working, ride it till it breaks. So that's kind of how I see it, man.
That's very true, man. You got to see what's working until it's broken. Then after that, we adjust, we pivot, keep it going.
Yeah.
And the main thing, you want to just keep control of the game, keep control of your players, keep everybody on the same page, and guys do their job. But anything else you want to throw out there on our little impromptu conversation on coaching?
And that's it for me.
But, all right, man. This was good, man. It wasn't planned, but it was good. But I definitely take it, man. A lot of good things. We got to discuss on. We talked about coaching on a different level. Got to give you guys some insight on our experiences coaching and our experiences being coached, things like that. And I hope y'all got something out of it. I hope y'all appreciate it. Let us know about some of your coaching experiences, what kind of coaches you played for, what kind of guys were they, and what kind of lessons they taught you. That's always important to me, like what kind of lessons did I learn from my coaches. I learned a lot of different things from all my different coaches. I played for 3 different varsity coaches and a JV coach in high school, so technically 4. And then had a coach in middle school, had an AAU coach. Then I played at JUCO for 2 years with my head coach, and I've been here for 2 years with my coaches now. So I done played for a lot of different coaches. One day we might sit down and discuss what all of them taught me or what all of them gave me as a player and as a person. But we'll discuss that on a later date. But without further ado, man, I appreciate y'all for listening. Be sure to check out Brian on all social medias at BeBall Jones. That's BeBall Jones on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Nelson.Haskins and on Twitter at NellyH34. And you just look me up on Facebook at Nelson Haskins. And so, yeah, man, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And get down in the comments and keep the conversation going. Thank y'all for listening. Without further ado, we out.
BeBall Jones podcast.
BeBall Jones, BeBall Jones on TikTok. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out. Like it up, follow it.